foreign trip-wise, you know, we've obviously had a chance to talk with, I've had individual meetings with 10 of our 15 players. I have 5 more guys on Thursday. And one of the things I've been trying to do in the meeting is just ask them what they learned from the trip, what was their favorite city, you know, what was their favorite thing about the trip, et cetera, et cetera. And I think really, you know, for me, as I look back on it and I'm listening to them, I think, you know, 3 positive things stand out. One is, there's no question, I think through the experience we're a lot closer as a team. I think I thought the trip really and the practices helped us accomplish that. For this, you know, time or stage of the year, you know, and I thought our year 1 team was really close, but I think this may be about as close as we've been for August. So I thought that was a good thing. The second thing I thought was good, obviously, was the basketball piece. You know, to have 10 practices the way that we did, to learn about our newcomers in particular, to try different things, to experiment. I thought that was really valuable. And then you piggyback that with the basketball part of playing 4 games. I thought that was good. I thought the competition was, and I've been on now 4 foreign trips, I thought cumulatively it was the best that we went against on any of those 4 trips at the places I've been, and I thought that was good. It challenged us, and we were able to play different combinations of players, which I thought was really important. We tried to play big, we tried to play small, we tried different guys at point guard, we, you know, maneuvered some things around, and this time of year gives you the opportunity to do that, and that's pretty rare. So I thought we learned a lot basketball-wise about our team. Obviously, you've probably followed it and saw the box score. We did do it a little bit differently. You know, I tried to evenly disperse the minutes, started different lineups, played different combinations of guys, tried different things. Like I said, experimented, and I thought that was really valuable. The third thing, I think, and I looked at all the pictures last night my wife had on her phone, and I know Schmitty took a lot as well. He's got that fancy GoPro camera. You just look back and realize what an unbelievable opportunity it was for those guys. I mean, I think there were 3 of our guys that had traveled outside the country. No one else ever had. You know, to be in Paris, France, to be standing underneath the Eiffel Tower, to go to Ghent, Belgium, to be in Brussels, to be in Bruges, to, you know, walk on Omaha Beach, to walk through the cemetery at Normandy, to, you know, you think about it, that's an unbelievable cultural experience for those guys. And educationally, I mean, it's hard to beat it. So I thought those were the 3 positives. You know, certainly the negative was Darius's situation. You know, obviously, you know, everybody here is aware of the fact we dismissed him from the team. You know, I have great respect for, you know, him, his family, obviously his brother who I coached, and you know, at this point in time for us, you know, I made the decision I thought that was right, which was to dismiss him. But we're going to continue to have talks with the family and help them in any way that we can with him moving forward. I know there's also been some things, you know, said, rumors, people asking about JCL, or J. Cole, as the guys call him. It's the same as what I told you before. You know, at this juncture, he did not participate in foreign trip practices. He did not participate in the foreign trip games. We have an X-ray on the stress fracture coming here September 1-ish. And then we'll know a lot more at that time in terms of what that means. But he's feeling great. It's hard to keep him from coming down here even with the boot on and like shooting and throwing up runners. And you know, he feels good, and we're excited about that. We think he's made a lot of progress, and we hope for his return here certainly sooner than later. And then you guys just got the press release, at least I think DB handed it out, on Adam Fletcher. So we have, you know, an addition to our staff, very important addition, as we continue to emphasize strength and conditioning and how important that is to our team. You know, we went through a thorough process when Mike left to go back to his alma mater to be closer to family. And, you know, Dustin and Darren Hertz deserve a lot of credit because they really dove into that thing right in the middle of foreign trip practices was when it was going on. They were a great resource for me. We scoured the country, and to get someone like Adam, who I think is one of the best up-and-coming young strength and conditioning coaches in the country, and have him here to start fall semester. He actually starts officially tomorrow. Is really exciting for our program, because that's a really important area, especially for our young guys, you know, for everybody for sure, but we've got some young guys, some newcomers. We're trying to bridge that gap with the strength and make sure that they're ready to go, that they're what I've been telling them, Big Ten ready, and getting them more physical development with the strength and conditioning stuff. So, that's kind of an update that I thought might be helpful to you on some areas there that you might have questions about. But at this point, feel free to ask anything that's on your mind.
You said you played a few different point guards.
Yeah, we did.
Who'd you play?
We played Jalen, obviously. We played Malcolm there. We played DJ there. We played Mike there a little bit, but not a ton. Obviously Mike was in a little bit of a different situation, knowing that it was going to be his last opportunity to play and put on the jersey. We started him the last game there, the fourth game. I have a lot of respect for Mike and how competitively tough he is, and he means a lot to me and our staff. We've been together through a lot of different things over the course of 3+ years. So, but those are the 4 guys, Rob, that played it on the trip.
What did you see out of Tom?
Go ahead, Rob.
How were Malcolm and DJ?
They were good. I haven't necessarily made a decision. Obviously, we added Khalid, and he wasn't able to go on the trip. So he's, you got him and Jalen, who have experience playing that position at the collegiate level. And then we have, Malcolm and DJ who don't. Eventually we'll make a decision, Rob, which one of those guys becomes kind of the third guy that learns the position. I still think it's a little too early to tell. Although, I worry a little bit because DJ's a freshman, and usually with freshmen we teach them one position. I think we've talked about that before here as a group. And I want to make sure I'm not putting too much on his plate. But he did some good things, did some good things in practice. Certainly not necessarily, ideal, but Khalid and Jalen, are the 2 guys that have the most experience at that position.